Welcome to 10 Sites and 1 Tool Just for Students, a presentation of the Public Library of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County. I'm Tom Cole, librarian, your host for today. Our presenter is Jamie Christenberry, Senior Library Assistant at the Virtual Village and our guide to Internet resources. Welcome, Jamie. Take it away. We're demonstrating today, I should say, the online conferencing technology of the Public Library.
Okay, this is Jamie. We're going to talk about 10 sites and 1 tool just for students, like Tom said. And the first site we're going to talk about is Lifehacker, and in particular their article about Facebook applications for students. Facebook isn't just a place you play. You usually get a lot of work done there. You can add things like Zoho, which is an online document editor, list features, a place to store your documents, a way to share files with your friends and neighbors, a way to keep your calendar out there in the public view so everyone can arrange meetings with you. This is actually the site called Lifehacker, which is a wonderful website in general for sort of life tips, not just for students and not just for technology.
Okay, thanks. And so that list of useful features in Facebook is just one page of Lifehacker, correct?
That's correct. Lifehacker is actually a blog, and so they probably have 10 or 12 entries a day at least, and that would be a slow day for them.
Okay, thank you. And what's next?
Next got is Definer, which is an online dictionary. And what makes it special is how fast it is. You start typing a word. By the time you're 3 or, in this case, 4 letters in, it's guess what you want, and come up with the definitions for you. This is good if you're not quite sure even how to spell the word. You can just sort of get started and then look and see if it's come up with your answer.
That's awesomely fast. All right.
Okay. It is Cornell Notes. Cornell Notes is a note-taking method in which the paper is divided up in a special way. This particular site lets you sort of create a PDF with some personalized note paper on it. It's simple as a matter of filling in some questions. It brings up a PDF. You print that PDF in the normal way. If you're not familiar with the Cornell taking method, you can almost tell from looking at the paper how you would do it.
Great. So if anyone has a requirement for using this style of note-taking in class, this would be a way to get that special paper, prepare yourself for it.
Absolutely. And even if it's not required in class, it's actually a pretty handy way of taking notes. You might find that you really like it, even if it's not required.
Well, thanks again. Let's move on.
The next site we have here is Box.net. Box.net is one of many websites that are what we call virtual drives. They allow you to store your documents online. You set up an account with them. You can easily upload files. Once loaded, you can share them with classmates, friends, whoever you need to share them with. You could work on a document together. You could share class notes. Box.net will give you a gigabyte of storage for free. If you want more, you can upgrade to it. But really what sets Box.net apart for me are 2 things. One is that they allow you to edit your document right there online, as we're getting ready to do right here. Zoho, which we talked about briefly in the Facebook section, is an online editor much like Word. I'll show you a little example there. They also have widgets at Box.net, which I think is really my favorite part of the site, so that anywhere you have access to a page where you can publish a widget, your Facebook page or anything like that, a wiki, you can create a .net widget and easily share your documents through your widget, which looks like this, and they look pretty sharp too.
Review the use of the widget for me again, that if I had a blog or another page, this would be a way to link to my documents that I have in Box.net?
Exactly. Now, you don't have to put all of your documents from Box.net in the widget, just the ones that you want to share with the readers of a particular web page. So if you have some that you're not ready to share yet, or maybe you don't ever want to share, you can just leave them out. And for the users, it's as simple as clicking on them and an option to download or open that document.
Okay, thanks. And with a gigabyte of storage, it would hold a lot of documents. That would only fill up if you started putting sound files and pictures on it, yes?
Exactly. You probably couldn't put a whole lot of PowerPoint presentations out there, but you could get a lot of Word documents, even probably quite a few publisher documents out there.
Well, I can't wait to see what's coming next.
All right, the next one we have is Delicious. Delicious is a bookmarking service, again, online, of course. Basically, you can use it in a couple ways. The first way we're going to use it here is to look at using it as a search engine. If someone out there has found a great article, a great story, a great website, and blogged or bookmarked it, you can go in and search using the tags and come up with the link for yourself. You could, of course, link to it and read it right away, or you can add it to your own bookmarks. You would set up an account to do that, label it or tag it with whatever it is you want to use to tag it. It shows you some examples of things people have tagged this particular article with. You could use those or not. And it's going to save it to a bookmark list. You can add a web page if it's not already there. So if you knew that you wanted to tag on or bookmark salon.com, even though you haven't necessarily found it at Delicious, it's just a matter of typing in the URL, a little bit more information, and add it to your bookmarks. This would be a great way to share resources if you're working on a group project together for a class. It's also just a great way to organize your bookmarks for yourself in groups according to the class or paper you're working on, rather than just having a big old mess of them. The tags can help you distinguish what group or what class what project the bookmarks for. You have networks, so you could find someone who maybe is also working on the project, get a look at their bookmarks, and then link to the others in their networks. So you kind of can look at some other bookmarks and see what people who might be researching the same thing have come up with. Delicious also will import your bookmarks from a browser, so if you've already got some bookmarks there, you won't lose them. Delicious is in the midst of upgrading. This is a quick little preview of what it's going to look like. It actually looks possibly a lot better.
Thanks. That preview can be seen at delicious.com, no?
Yes. In fact, if you have a Delicious account at the old URL, del.icio.us, you will probably, if you don't already have one, get an invitation to the beta at delicious.com.
Well, the search features and the networking features really make it powerful, much more than just bookmarking.
That's right. Let's see what we've got next here. Our first site was Lifehacker for making Facebook use. Definer, our quick dictionary. Cornell Notes, our note paper generator. Box.net, our virtual drive. Delicious, our bookmarking service. Google Scholar, our wonderful